Hi, this is a new episode of Gamer Girls versus Gamer Guys. I'm Mike, and this is my co-host Lauren.
You start. I don't even know where to start. Go ahead.
Well, I first started gaming back on an Amiga way before even NES came out. I didn't get my first NES until the 64 had been released and the price or the Super NES, and the price plummeted on the NES. But I mean, Super Mario, it's my phone's ringtone. It's the game I started on, and I don't think there really is a quintessential game like that for kids or even new people getting into it the way it was back then.
Do you remember Pong?
I'm not that old.
I had a Pong. You're older than I am.
Yeah,
We
well-
had Pong, and then we had Nintendo.
You had Pong in the bars, for
Pong
adults.
with
Yeah.
the dial.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was awesome.
And my dad played Pong when he was a kid.
So what? Pong was amazing.
So
Or
what-
Nintendo. I love Nintendo.
What was your first game?
Pong? No. For Nintendo, I can't remember if it was Super Mario or it might have been Zelda.
What were you thinking in NES? What is the game that you played?
Super Mario and Zelda.
Super Mario.
There was other games, but those were Tetris.
Was
Love
it
Tetris.
Zelda or Link?
I don't.
Gold cartridge or gray cartridge?
I think I had both.
Link was
Can't
my
really
favorite
remember.
game when I was a kid. I started with Super Mario, but Link was the game I got the NES for.
I don't know. I still fall back to Nintendo. I love, or not Nintendo, Super Mario. As soon as I got the Nintendo DS, and Super Mario was one of the first games that I bought for
Right.
it.
Did you see the latest Nintendo newsletter?
Whoa, nice graphics. I'd like to get my hands on that game.
You mean you haven't played it yet? We can play it on my Nintendo Entertainment System. It's The Legend of Zelda, and it's really rad. Those creatures from Ganon are pretty bad. Octoroks, Tektites, Levers too. But with your help, our hero pulls through. Yeah, go Link. Yeah, get Zelda.
Awesome.
So when we got the new Xboxes coming out, we got the new PlayStation coming out. I'm pretty sure Nintendo's got something cool coming out now. PCs are always expanding out there with their new stuff. What games are you playing now, and are they emotionally? Do you have the connection you did to the games in the past?
Not so much as what I used to play, but I have an Xbox and I have a Wii. I haven't touched my Wii in probably 2 years. It got packed in a box when I was moving, and I haven't bothered to unpack it yet. But the Xbox, I either use it for Netflix or I've been playing Far Cry 3 and Skyrim mostly.
I took an arrow to the knee. All right. And for me, I've been a PC guy pretty much my entire life. I mean, starting with the old Commodore, and we had a VIC-20, which was literally a keyboard that you plugged into your TV. And now I'm, rocking one of those custom gamer rigs, but it's starting to get a little dated. But I mean, I don't like shelling out the $500 or $600 every couple of years for new games or
Yeah,
a
and
new game system.
It's annoying to, I just moved and I was thankful that they have Wi-Fi, because if they didn't have Wi-Fi, half the stuff that I play, all the updates, constantly updating the Xbox, constantly. So if I didn't have Wi-Fi, I wouldn't be able to do that. That's something I miss about Nintendo.
Yeah,
or,
when a game was released back then, a
PlayStation.
game was released.
Yeah.
They didn't have, 75% done, ship it out.
If there was a glitch, you dealt with it. You took it out, you blew on it, you put it back in and hoped that it worked.
So is there any games that you're looking forward to in the new releases?
Just The Last of Us, but I don't know if I want to switch consoles and buy a new one, so other than that,
I mean, it's some consoles now, I guess, are one game kind of machines again. You may as well go back to the arcade days where, you have
if I
your...
could get a pinball machine,
definitive
but it
game.
was The Last of Us, but it wasn't pinball, then maybe I'd be okay with it.
Be a pinball champ, boy. This is Pinball Champ, not a toy. It's a big new game, stands right on the floor with 15 different ways to score. Bells ring, lights flash. Pinball Champ, it's a smash. Balls fly through the action track. Hit those flippers, send it back. Bonus bumper keeps it moving. Keep it up, you're really grooving. Bells ring, lights flash. Pinball Champ, it's a gas. It's got the guts, it's really built. It's real pinball, it'll even tilt. Get the family game that's full-sized fun. It's big enough for everyone.
Do you think the graphics or the improvements in hardware is worth the loss of, some of the creative storytelling, the indie games that, dominated the past?
I don't know, I miss the basics. I really miss the basics and the storylines, I do. I agree.
I know Todsky would argue that the storylines are better and that profits, equals greatness. But I mean, games back in the day, like, even now, Portal and Plants vs. Zombies, those were massively successful games, and they cost next to nothing. They were indie games, and I mean, the playability was worth way more than that, $100 million spent on the graphics and the actors and whatnot. So
I also miss playing with friends.
playing with,
Yeah, because you didn't have a choice.
yeah,
With
you had your friends come over, and it was a social experience. And now, Nintendo or the Wii kind of did that with your Dance Dance and your Just Dance and whatnot. But
Yeah, but you still have to, if you want to play with friends and they're not there, you have to have the online compatibility. But you have more camaraderie and, friendship building when you're actually with the person. And when you throw the controller at your friend, it usually just bounces off. When you throw it at the wall, because your friend halfway across the world, you tend to break the controller and have to go buy a new one.
Yeah, I find that a lot of people spend more time in their bedrooms playing online games more than they spend with the social aspect of gaming is lost now. Other than it's online, but it's not the same. It could be AI. Like most people are just throwing vulgarity and whatnot at each other. They're not actually
Sitting and shoving each other around.
Exactly.
Hoping that you fall off that cliff because I shoved you. You can't do that online.
So
You can't shove somebody over the internet.
is there anything
Not
else?
that I condone shoving, but
Is there anything else from retro gaming that you find lacking in new games?
Something I find lacking in new games compared to old games. We just talked about this.
So there's not. Yeah.
Oh, we were talking about
Yeah.
the saving. How there's games from like retro games that you would have to play and hope that mom didn't turn off the console.
There was no saving in
There was
Mario.
no save.
You
Yeah,
played till
you
you
had
got
to go.
7-4. That was it.
Yeah. Compared to now, where people have the option to save but play until they pee their pants. It's true. We all know it. I mean, I haven't personally done it, but
Well, I know one thing with the NES is, or even with earlier PC games like the original Civilization, you played that for 4 or 5 years before the next one came out.
Yeah.
And now with Call of Duty or something
You can't
like
even
that,
finish
there's
a
a new
game.
one every year.
yeah, you can't even finish a game.
Yeah, you don't develop that connection with the game anymore. It's just like you
I
play
was
it through once,
debating-
it goes on the shelf, and that's it.
I was debating buying Call of Duty because that's what everybody has been playing. And then now I know that there's another one coming out soon. So is there a point to me buying Call of Duty and then having to buy another one that's just coming out just so I can keep up with everybody when I know that the one I have now is just going to sit on the shelf? Thank you for watching our episode of Gamer Girls versus Gamer Guys. If you like what you saw, leave some comments, subscribe, and yeah, thanks.
Click like. All right. I'm Mike, this is Lauren. Thanks.